So Estinian was bound for Ishgard. Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it will keep him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there is no time to lose. Taru, Kryle, Pippin, they all put the lie to the Lalafell discrimination. They're all good. Nanamo. Yep, Nanamo as well. All present. Good. Let's split up and search for Estinian. Since we're relatively new to this place, Graha and I will look around the open spaces, squares and markets and whatnot. You and Robin can delve into the nooks and crannies. You forgot Lolorito? Oh yeah, I just love Lolorito. To pieces. 2, preferably. Very well. Let us reconvene at the airship landing later with or without Estinian. Good luck. I think I shall begin at the Sky Seal Manufactory, so perhaps you could try the congregation. Lucia may well have heard news of our friend's return. Robin can't lose another arm. Robin will do it. Or, you know, the Sultana could just arrest him and execute him for treason. I'd be fine with that too. Alright, let's go talk to Lucia. Leggy and Adelagy are my 2 favorite characters. Lolorito is a great character. Like, just a super good character. But, of course, Robin hates him and wants him dead. You saved her life? No, my dude. No. That's not it. When you learn of a plot to poison the ruler, intercepting the poison and substituting a different poison instead of, you know, telling her and completely averting it, and then subsequently using the poisoning to cement your control over the government, these are not patriotic acts of life-saving. Good evening to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Emmerich sent word that you would be attending the meeting in Alamiga, so I gather you have not come in search of him. To what then do we owe the pleasure of your visit? I see. No. We were not aware Sir Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Emmerich, only to find him absent. In any event, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better. He did to get rid of Telegy, or, you know, tell the monarch that Telegy is committing treason, and then we can arrest him and execute him. Works just as well. Instead, you poisoned and insulted the monarch, which makes you a traitor as well. What about the money? Anytime you execute traitors, you can take all of their stuff. Do I need a ticket? Nope. Lolorito didn't do it for money? No, he did it for power. He very effectively took complete and total control of the city. He demonstrated extraordinarily effectively to Raban that the Sultana's life is completely and totally in his control, thereby completely neutering Raban, removing any real commitment to the idea of getting rid of him, and abdicating and creating the republic that the Sultana originally wanted. he didn't. Ambrose, yes, he did. He turned the Sultana into a puppet and completely disarmed the puppet's protector.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Speaking of
He'll
which,
be
it
the
does
most
seem
beautiful
awfully
man
quiet.
except Robin.
If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
First the Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence.
Oh,
Not that
look
I'm
at those
complaining.
smiles.
It's been too long.
He loves us. Wow. Y'all are different species, you're so little.
Too long.
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphino.
Bro! The earring is in the right ear and the headband is red. Oh, how could you? Oh no.
Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
He patted her on the head. She's gonna limit break him.
I am not Alphino! If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Oh no. That poor man is so embarrassed and horrified right
Estinian
now.
Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side.
I would be mortified too, I don't blame him.
To think the day would come when I should
He's
see
wagging
this
his
living
tail.
legend with my own eyes.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting. Estinian! It's been too long. No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again.
This is why you memorize the earrings and the hairbands, because otherwise Alice
What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
Amen. So when do you plan to change?
At least someone's having a good time. You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
He did grow. He learned and he grew.
I wouldn't be so sure. He still loves nothing better than the sound of his own voice.
She's a little upset. Aww. And he's talking.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Aziz La.
Aziz La? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Yeah. Still locked up in despair, by the way. I picked 3 and had to restart my... What happens when you pick 3?
I, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Aziz La, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
Yep.
I see.
She's sad.
As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Aziz La together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard.
Yeah, whatever.
Ugh! I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less... blunt?
Robin's expression is perfect. Oh, we didn't get to actually experience that ride. That could have been fun. Why Robin's so cute? Robin's gorgeous, although Aziz Law's lighting is not the most flattering to Robin's skin tone. I put on a pink cape. Hey Jen, how are you? I love how the game makes you giggle when an hour ago you were emotionally shattered. Yeah, I don't know. This game is manipulative. It has been quite some time since last I set foot in Aziz Law, but I understand the 3 of you are here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit. Alas not. We had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings with her. Have to build you up? Yeah. There's also, like, I don't know, when you do something really sad and then you manage to pull yourself out of it or get pulled out of it, there's an element of slight, I don't know, what's the word? A little giddiness or something, you know? The emotional relief of leaving behind despair. Catharsis, giddiness, something like that, yeah. And I'm probably a little bit in that right now. Well then, Robin is the person to ask. As far as I know, he's the only one of us to have met Tiamat face to face. She's more a prisoner of her own memories and sorrow than of the Allegan Empire. Ever since the end of the war with Meracidia, yes, to have been held captive for so long. I too have met with Tiamat. After the Dragonsong War came to a close, I came here to speak with her. A worm who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she yet harbored thoughts of vengeance and asked as much. She said no. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her even now. I see. Then your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own, and I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Wow. Kind of intense. Tiamat awaits. This way. As a slaw music, we're a big fan. Wow, what a perfect mount for Robin. Just flowers in his hair, riding a unicorn. You're in a zone from several expansions ago. Yeah, I mean that happens all the time. When we cured Gabu, we went to an old zone and dealt with a storyline that was ancient. He remembers us. Talking dragon tongue?
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
I only speak the one language. I can give her my voice, or I can give her a hick voice. There's nothing else. Speak American? I can do that for her. You don't think there's any southern dragons? The Dragons of Mericidia. Where's my American reading? I assumed y'all were gonna read it. Wow. Yeah, I mean, we remember this. All of his children were placed into stasis to manifest the belief necessary to maintain the primal's existence. Very bad.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
It's good that you did coils. Yeah, finally that paid off. Good lord. It's a good thing that there was finally a reasonable explanation for the need to have done coils. If it weren't for that line of dialogue, I'd have written a very strongly worded complaint. Coils is still one of the best storylines I've done in the game. Cursed Asians. Yeah, she is mad.
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
Are you sure you want to unleash her?
Snosk anta in Dramon.
Behavior befitting a great worm.
Holy fuck. He's telling you to walk it off.
We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Stop wallowing and act. Actually, never mind. Goodbye. Doesn't flinch.
Santalan infan antosk. Kous rent an. Ale o es an in. Ale kum ak in.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Es Snoska Dramon in. Nestra in. Illes I. Nesh an. Ang ala. Unmik. Nalstra ul an. Antal an. Small. Tahi an.
We could probably undo the cage. We're getting real good at it.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance. If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Usk she's in.
For real?
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
Sahaan. Seth so. Kin Bahamut an. An sumon na an inles. Snaloles dish an. Na ala an ul an sin an stan in.
Og. We have a dragon on our side. Graha, now you need to use your royal Allegan blood to let her out. While porxies have been shown to be effective in curing the temper, Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her restraints only to find that the process had failed, we would be hard-pressed to contain her. Then, before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Yes, we can! The Elegans kept detailed records on all of their notable captives, and I know exactly where to look. We shall leave that to you then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of those shackles. I know Alphino and Robin here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Estinian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of the star. Though that is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair, and I well understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make me take the first step toward a brighter future, and now I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you are not as young as you look. Maybe when our work here is done, we could trade tales over a pot of Tataro's famous tea. And be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water? I think not. She's still a Lalafell. Returning swiftly to the task at hand, then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in the sector known as the flagship. Ah yes, we are familiar with it. The Etherochemical Research Facility in particular. Oh, you may wish to take this. A spirit vessel containing a small amount of my blood. Ew. I don't want that. Which you just happened to be carrying around with you? I suppose that could seem rather odd. To explain, Rambros, Boulanger, and I are researching the use of spirit vessels in the transference not only of memories, but the traits of certain bloodlines. So I keep one at the ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. Ew, crazy. Yuck. As for its use to you, you may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access to restricted functions, having identified me as being of royal blood. And armed with that spirit vessel, I posit that they will do the same for you, even in the absence of, well, the rest of me. It seemed worth a try, at least. Agreed. We'll take good care of it. To the flagship, then. Yo, we need some gambles in chat right now. What am I seeing? Cursed words. Okay. Also, cursed gambles. Holy moly, it's broken. There we go. Can't lose. Azislaw music. Let's split up and search the flagship for the node controlling Tiamat's restraints. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is simply to identify the relevant node. Once we've learned what we can, we should reconvene and compare notes prior to proceeding. Alfie giving Robin the detailed instructions Robin needs in order to correctly and competently perform even the simplest of tasks. I remember, Robin. Find it, but don't touch. Okay? Look, but don't touch. Very good. Off you go now. Warning. Scheduled Dragon Restraint maintenance due in negative 2020 years. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release. Oh. That's all he says. Friction between metallic components detected. Temperature increasing to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts or retreat to a safe distance. Huh. There's a Stinian talking to one. Data link with Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cause intruder interference. Advised deployment of automated combat units. Proceed. Give apples to the poor. I gave apples twice today. I have to be careful of inflation. I can't simply issue unlimited amounts of apples without causing severe damage to the apple economy. I'm afraid Stinian and I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything? Yes. Spontaneously, you say? Well, that does sound promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it's the node Graha spoke of. And it was chirruping, you say? Well, let's take a closer look. Apple stimulus checks. I can't just give you free apples, because if I do, it'll destroy your motivation to earn the apples through honest gambling. Do you wish to operate the Dragon Restraint mechanism? You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the Dragon Restraint mechanism may only be undertaken by the Chief Technologist and members of the royal family. Or those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps? What do we do? Pour it on it? One never knows when a small portion of royal elegant blood may come in handy, which is why Graha Tia keeps this vessel on his person. So weird. New user detected. Commencing biometric authentication. Authentication complete. User identified as member of the royal family. Please state your name. Why would I say those things? I'm Robin. Welcome, Robin Gelson. You may operate the Dragon Restraint mechanisms when ready. Error. Unable to disengage restraints of the specimen Tiamat. A system update is required. Oh no. We gotta update Windows. Unfortunate. What do you suppose it's asking us to do? Don't break it. That's more than I can say. Confounded heckin' tarnation thing. User agitated detected. Initiating guidance system. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. However, I am unable to establish a link to said system due to the obsolescence of my own software. This issue can be resolved by applying a system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship. Can this thing release the restraints or not? It can, but only once it's received the requisite system update, as far as I can tell. Until which time it'll float there spewing nonsense. User dissatisfaction detected. Initiating placation protocols. I am here to help. Rest assured I will be on hand to guide you through every step of the system update process. How gratifying. But I dare say we will fare better with guidance than without it. Yeah, it's Clippy. User placation system. I love that. Guiding user to terminal. This way, please. Alright, let's update Windows. Let's see. According to the terminal, the central control system is presently employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing? Oh my god. Software version 42.002, of course. Warning, errors detected in data management system. Estimated time required for update, 5 years, 1 day. That is rather longer than we were hoping. Aren't there any other options? For instance, using this terminal to operate TMAT's restraints instead. The proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of the system update. My instructions may no longer be accurate. Well, I can't imagine it will change all that much. As long as we pay due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we shall be able to muddle our way through. Don't bother trying to explain. Just tell me if we've made any progress. See? Justinian and I, we're both dragoons. We want to poke stuff with our stick. I would say so, yes. It does, however, require that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via link pearl once I am ready to release the shackles. It might be best if you left the spirit vessel with me. I may yet have use for it. Rest assured, I will be certain to return it to Grahat Tia once this is over. Why do you hide your weapon? I think I look cooler without it. Just a little more work and Tiamat will be free. It's better for like screenshots and stuff to not have the weapon out. Before we go any further, there's something I would know. When Tiamat and her kin fought against the Elegant Empire, both sides were dancing to the tune of the Asians. It was the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between man and dragon from the shadows. All that the Asians touch turns to ash, and thus have you made it your mission to fight them. But there have been times when you tried to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. So I must ask, what do you intend to do with Van Daniel? Will you try and reach out to him too? I gotta say too, that's a great line. I see a little point in reasoning with the wretch, or remembering him for that matter. But perhaps that's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people, even if it be but the faintest glimmer. I only hope you do not come to rue your benevolence. You think us unwise for viewing the world thus? Far from it. That has ever been your way, as I learned when we journeyed together with Iceheart. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited, and there may come a time when you extend the hand of friendship only to wish that you had dealt the killing blow. So save your mercy for those who deserve it. F's for your sail. We should be getting back to our task. If Alphino has things in hand here, I suggest we rejoin the others. Yeah, sometimes you extend the hand of friendship and somebody tries to cut it off. Sunbeam, though. Yep. We're riding the boy to go take a look at his daughter. I wonder what he would think of this. It'd be cool to ask him or have him involved. Yeah, I know he can't. I remember after Omega, he has to rest. Yeah, I remember. It'd just be cool though. Estinian told me all is well, but nothing more. Honestly, it's like getting blood out of a stone with him. I take it from Alphino's absence that he's needed elsewhere. Nod. Well, that all sounds rather frustrating, but you got there in the end. While you were off talking to nodes, Graha and I were learning as much as we could about Tiamat's condition. Nimraz, thank you so much for the sub. Yeah, I think you'd approve too. He was basically telling Tiamat, you know, you've been tormenting yourself here for eons. It's time to forgive yourself. And she's like, no, I will never forgive myself. I will mourn here until the day I die. I'm waiting here in sorrow until I die. Midi's children are very moody, emo kids. Raisfelgar also greeted us by saying, leave me to die in peace. Our readings confirm that her ethereal balance leans strongly toward the umbral, as was the case with the kobolds. Therefore, all other things being equal, the treatment should work. The difficulty lies in the sheer quantity of ether with which we must contend. Multiple applications of the treatment will inevitably be required if we are to reverse the effects of the tempering completely. Yeah, Shatane, I think you're right. Meaning I'll need all the ether I can get. Thank you in advance. Stop it with the DSR phases. We're almost done. We're way over halfway, I'm sure of it. Although this endeavor will ask much of us, we do have one reason to be optimistic. Namely that Tiamat shows no signs of fanatical devotion, suggesting a milder case of tempering than that suffered by the kobolds. Tiamat saw Bahamut as an equal, rather than a god. Maybe that made a difference. Where are they in DSR? Man, you know that World of Warcraft is dramatically easier than Final Fantasy, that the best raiders in the entire game of World of Warcraft haven't made any progress from Death in the Heavens in the last several weeks. We still haven't made it past Meteors. We haven't made it 1 second longer for weeks. Now that you mention it, it very well might. She would not have believed it necessary to defer to his will. But enough talk. It's time to put our theories to the proof. Tell Alphino to disengage the restraint's ethereal dampers. I'm counting on you, Angelo. Such warmth, The frost that shrouds my soul does begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten, of war with the men of Alak. Why are these memories returning to me now? That DSR break gave you an excuse to run to the MSQ. I mean, I was doing both for a while. I would have been happy to continue doing DSR. After all, by now we would have killed it. Could it be that the process of restoring her soul to its pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her recall the past, we may be able to speed her recovery. Robin, she trusts you. Speak to her. Ask her to tell you of times past. Why the break? MDI. 2 of our DSR players are doing MDI. Let's ask about the Asians. MDI is Mythic Dungeon International. It's a speedrunning competition. Ah, Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Meracidia could have lasted for eternity. But alas, it was not to be. The Asians saw to that. In all creation I know of none more wicked. It was at their behest that the men of Alak first came into Meracidia, unto our home. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean, we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would come to be known as Meracidia by the children of men, though many years came to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees. Surrounded by nature's bounty, Bahamut and I had found a place to raise our young. Look at the baby dragons. Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of the Charlayan scholar Rurusha. She posits that man first settled on the southern continent toward the end of the second astral era. Correctly, it would appear. If only she were here with us to hear the tale from Tiamat herself. Graha, focus. The point of this isn't historical research. Again, Angelo. When first the children of man arrived on our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was their fear of dragonkind. And as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. Yet as the days went by, ship after ship appeared on the horizon bearing even more of their brethren, who divided the vast land amongst themselves. For a time they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share came to seem, and soon they began to covet the territory of their fellows. Before long, man fought man. Blood was answered with blood, and none could see an end to the strife, until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed. And with him presiding over the affairs of men, the land knew peace once more. Holy shit. Dragon for president. Let's fucking go. Alas, those golden days of harmony too were fated to end. For the men of Alak slew my beloved, and I, in my rage and sorrow, heeded the envenomed words of the Asians. The rest you know only too well. But your tale doesn't have to end there. When you are free, we'll rid the world of the Asians together, and you and your beloved will have justice. Fine sentiments, but you are almost spent. I'll keep watch from above. If the treatment fails, run. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear, when this is over... Keep going, Alice. The magic is working. While I knew this wasn't going to be easy, no patient could have prepared me for treating a great worm. But we're close. I can feel it. And while I've only got a few more drops of ether left to give with yours and Graha's, this will work. Then I believe I speak for both of us when I say you may take as much as you require. Careful, I might hold you to that. Alright, here I go. Flying pig. And the troll. No one's trolling. It is not a big deal.
I'm almost there. This is it, Angelo!
Es ließ an, mich es drei.
Did it work?
Working. Alright. I'm wrong. He is trolling. Ban him.
We won't know for certain until the shackles are removed.
Task in Santal Ankin in Way.
Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts, their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
Ankin.
Poor
Sloss
Tiamat.
an all fall krell an. Sloska seth som in an.
99% of problems is the Elgins. Kind of, but also kind of not. The Asians are the ones that did that too.
One an. Lis a an. Do old an.
When that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
She's in Henry.
Alphino's ready. It's time. Do it. And let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
Estinian needs the high ground. Tyrion, thank you for the sub. Man, can you imagine the cramps? Bahamut in dragon language is Bahamut.
Uljas. Ul asa. Vesk an.
Oh, she can fly.
By the gods!
A long time ago, we spoke to her and she said that she would stay here, suffering, wallowing in her despair until the world ended. And now she's flying. We fixed her. Depression is serious, my friend.
Urianger, your timing could not be better. Understood, we're on our way. It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan. He flies for the largest Amalja settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Did you hear all that, Alphino? You'd best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way.
Estinian's gonna
Our
fly.
enemy awaits. Shall we?
God, I wish I could fly. Wait, you're riding the dragon? Holy fuck, he's so cool. Man, he's so cool. Well, I'm sure you're desperate to join Estinian and Tiamat in battle. It would be wiser to gather the full strength of the Silence first. The foe we face demands no less. He's the Azure Dragoon. Yeah, me too. I've already sent word to the others. We are to rendezvous in Ulda at the Hall of Flames. He's something beyond the Azure Dragoon now. He's like merged with a dragon. And it's like Nidhogg in a weird special way. He's the Crimson Dragoon. Cheap version. Robin is a very expensive version. I swipe and I swipe and I swipe some more and I'm still not as cool as Estinian. Now, I know some of you could do the rest, but I'm sorry to say that Lothoroi have other plans. Hagglethon is already under siege. Happily, the Immortal Flames arrived just in time to join the defensive effort with Marshal Terupin at their head. Well now, given the failure of the peace negotiations, I was uncertain how the Sultanate would respond. 'Tis good to hear that Ulda has not abandoned the Immortal. Abandoned them? Did we not profess to be their friends? Your Grace. Marshal Terupin had made provisions for such an exigency, and was ready to depart at a moment's notice. All that was required was the agreement of the Syndicate, each of whom voted in favor of intervention. Nor is Ulda alone in its resolve. The other Alliance nations have likewise dispatched their troops to Hagglethon. Yet even with our combined strength, we will be sorely tested, for we face not only the might of an Imperial Legion, but Lunar Bahamut and his draconic horde besides. Tiamat's children. Fight as we may, victory is by no means assured. But not all the omens are grim. Our forces report that despite their proximity to Lunar Bahamut, none of the Amalja show any signs of tempering. Strange. What primal would turn down a chance to claim new thralls? Unless it is incapable of doing so. Primals are not wont to serve a master, Ascian or otherwise. It may well be that Lunar Bahamut differs in some fundamental manner from those we have previously encountered. If that were true, anyone could fight him, and Robin and others like him wouldn't have to shoulder the burden alone. Be that as it may, Lunar Bahamut remains an incalculably powerful foe whom our soldiers will struggle to best through mere force of arms. With the aid of the Scions, however, I believe they will fare rather better. Assuming, that is, you are ready to take the field. An airship awaits you to bear you to the front. Pray set forth as soon as you are able. Nod, nod, nod. Sequential nodding. Nod, nod. Oh my god, I'm being overcome by noddage. Nod. So much nodding. Our power. It cannot be contained. I, meanwhile, shall continue to coordinate our forces. Till next we meet, may the 12 bless and keep you. It was kind of her to speak with us personally. You may be certain she has no shortage of other responsibilities. Nod. Well, I, for one, am inclined to do as her grace requests. Lest we forget, Arnveld and Fordola are in Hagglethon on reconnaissance. The sooner we save the day, the better their chances. To the airship, then! Nod, 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 nod! Oh my god, so many nods! Report to the airship landing. Airship landing? The heck is the airship landing? The Hustings Strip. I still struggle with this map. Oh, should I go to the Chamber of Rule? I think that's where it is. Find me. You didn't get all the ports? Why would I? There's no reason to run to a place to get a port when I have no reason to go to that place. That's a silly little paradox. If I've never had a reason to go there, then why would I have the port? I would have gone there for nothing. Background music all the way up. Alright, the mod said that I need to turn the background music all the way up. You will be unable to hear me speak. Greetings, we've been expecting you. But say the word and we shall depart for Pagalthon at once. What is this? A dungeon? Pagalthon. Alright, let's see. Sakura was first, followed by Mew, and then Rain. Thank you, my friend, for being willing to play with me. Clear cloud deck, I don't need to. See? It auto clears when I invite people. Holminster, that's the wrong one. Long have the sweeping plains of Pagalthon been home to the nomadic Amalja. Though the herding of livestock keeps them constantly on the move, the permanent settlement of Zolmak forms the seat of power and center of their society. It is there that Tolophori would wreak destruction, dispatching a vast host comprised of both Imperial soldiers and tempered dragons, with lunar Bahamut at its head. Yet even against these heretofore unimagined foes, the Amalja stand strong, with Estinian, the recently freed Tiamat, and the Eorzean alliance at their side and eager to turn the tide. Let's go.
Asan Snopet an in na.
All right. We go forth to slay. Stardiver! such a visually stunning effect. Almost a little too obtrusive, but I wouldn't give it up for the world. Guys, move. He's gonna shoot a cannon, watch out! Oh my god, he shot you right in the head. And mule it. Balls of lightning. Alright. When does it let go of me? Do I have to put it somewhere? Can't do positionals because he's in the back. Want to take it? There we go. Ow. How many can I get? Infinite, I guess. That'll be 4.
What took you so long? The Amount are in trouble. Let's split up.
Wow, that's a... Oh, it's Tiamat.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, the dragon's gonna kill you. Mostly. Not all the way. like a boss fight made of trash. There's something up there though. Whoa! Laser beam! Once the way is clear, strike at the enemy's heart. Are we going up there? Whoa! Why are they so slow? they look like rockets! Oh shit, there's more! Okay. Maybe that's why they're slow. That's the second one. I wasn't looking at that. Big damn. Wine? There's what? What do you mean? I don't have to be drunk to wonder why the rockets are so slow. The rocket is fast doesn't mean it loses. Hey now. You don't have to tell me I like that. Well, we're standing in that. Ugh. Up a bit. Oh shit. Call unto my children. The icon wait in heaven. How do I click on you? Why is it so hard? Stupid text clicking instead of click on the word that's so unintuitive, man. But you would think I'd have learned it by now. Actually, if you've been watching me for long enough, you know that I haven't learned it by now. complains about the music. Probably really soon. If I don't roll on it, I shouldn't get it. Telotherium. Lunar Bahamut. Get your cast bar. That's not true. That's not true at all. I know exactly where my cast bar is, and I wasn't resetting lunar action. Holy shit. Oh. Damn. All right. This way? Stuff. Holy shit, we're getting blasted, guys. Oh, come back! Man, I might be dead. Woo. Send it. LB2 isn't worth sending. I'd rather look at my own animations. You died? I didn't die. Look, I'm standing right there. mark on me. Robin is pretty. Robin is pretty. Thank you for doing the dungeon with me. I had fun.
Antal an in Aisto. Antal afa snalask ash an dran mira
Nod.
Noble warriors, the dragons chose their friends well.
Hey, Amalja. Do you remember a long time ago when I killed a bunch of
have
you?
our peoples waged war, but no more. Your fallen lie beside our own. By our words and deeds shall we honor their sacrifice.
Good. End the discrimination against the tribes.
The enemy of our enemy is our friend. And you have proven yourselves worthy of our trust. It is the Garleans who are deserving of our fury.
You crack your fingers? You heard that?
I shall see that my brethren learn the truth of this day, and rally as many as possible to the cause, till we meet again.
Sounds like fire crackling. All of my joints pop all of the time. When I stand up from my chair, my ankles, knees, and hips will all pop. When I stretch, my elbows, shoulders pop. It is what it is. That's what age brings. Weird, it's been happening since I was like 10.
And thus did we make allies of the Amalja.
It would certainly seem that way. The Sultana will be pleased. Let's go and give her the good news, shall we?
Hog. You were old since you were 10? Yeah, that's pretty true. Are you grunt? Oh wait, inside the Pagelthon Tower? No, I don't grunt when standing up or sitting down, or much of any time at all. Ehrenwald? Whoa. This seems kind of familiar.
What in Ralga's name happened here?
The gods
Thanks,
only
Lizard.
know. But you can bet these poor sods aren't here by choice.
Quickly! We've got to get them free!
Ah,
Get back!
No! What have I done?
It's too late for them! We're leaving, now!
Oh. Are they... No? I don't know what that is. So they're summoning Ifrit?
No! Don't you dare! We came together and we're leaving together.
It looks like it's evocative. It makes me remember all the dragons in their stasis supporting against their will with their faith Bahamut back in Coils. So I wonder if they're not being used to support the ongoing presence of Ifrit. While it would be too much to hope that we've seen the last of Fandaniel, we have dealt his schemes a telling blow this day, and that alone is cause to celebrate. And celebrate I will, when we have received words of Ehrenveld's safe return. No concern for Ehrenveld? Why would I be? It faded to black long before I got hit with anything. There's literally no possible way for him to be dead. He didn't get shot 5 times, a castle didn't fall on his head, an ultima weapon didn't point a big-ass gun at him and shoot him. He's actually in no danger whatsoever. If they were going to kill someone that we like Ehrenveld, they would make sure to do it in excruciating detail right on screen with lots of sad music. In a weird way, I can trust in the sadistic tendencies of the writers of this story to ensure that when someone dies, I'll know it. Standing around here worrying is not going to help matters. Come, we must discuss the day's event with Pippin and her grace. Brave scions! Wow, she can run. She was doing some long strides. Would that I could treat you to a hero's welcome, but I bear urgent news from the frontistery. Your grace, whatever is the matter? As our troops withdrew from Pagalthon, they came upon the 2 scouts sent to the nearby tower. I have yet to hear a full account, but it seems that one of them, your friend I believe, had been wounded and was being dragged away by the other. Oh no. I must go. Forgive me, your grace. Ehrenveld needs me! Can you tell us anything of Ehrenveld's condition, your grace? The wounded scout. Nothing save that it is grave. The Chirurgeons tend to him even as we speak. The infirmary must be inundated with the wounded. If all of us go, we'll only get underfoot. Robin, Estinian, would you mind going after Alphino? He may need some support from someone other than me. Sure. Whoa, Estinian frowns at you. And then nods. Very well. Thank you. The rest of us will see that the relevant people know what took place in Pagalthon. Nods all round. Come on, then. Speak with the frontistery Chirurgeon. Frontistery. Where's the frontistery? I guess it's kind of close. Alchemist Guild. You're not a teleporter. Hey, hello friends. Oh my goodness. Dragon can't jump. I could get up here if I wanted. Probably. RP stream. It's not like we're in a rush or anything. These guys are yelling at me. Alfie needs emotional support. Another one come to see the lad in silver armor. Master Damlieu is attending to him as we speak, if you would be so kind as to wait. What did Master Damlieu say? Tell me his exact words. Let the Chirurgeons do their work. After all, they belong to the Frontistery. You're right, forgive me. When we said our farewells to Arnvald, I was afraid something like this might happen, but now that it has, all we can do is wait. Where did Estinian go? I thought he was also giving emotional support.
Fordola, have you been waiting here all this time?
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see
One
him?
of your lenses is very shiny. No.
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life.
He's mad because he saved her life.
I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know. Perhaps I could have...
Cease your mewling, boy.
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself.
You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light.
Oh, you can't just shove somebody.
People die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most.
Yeah, but why you gotta say that right now?
If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
Bro. Robin, make her leave. She's not helping.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
Probably feels guilty. This is almost certainly lashing out in guilt and anger and frustration and not being able to do anything useful. and partially trying to justify to herself, right? She's telling Alfie, hey, if you can't endure the loss of a soldier, then get out of this field, as a way of telling herself, get over it, lady. You need to be stronger. You know? She's yelling at herself.
All life is precious! Oh, you need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
Again. Too soon.
You're right. He is
Not the time to say
idealistic.
that to Alfie.
But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me. It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you'll lot'll be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then? They'll be gone. Like dust on the wind.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
Good man. High G pose? Whoa. I don't want to do that. That's too hard. Look at them just looking at each other. This is what he sees. Looking pretty cute, right? And this is what we see. That woman. She plays at scorn, but her eyes are filled with sorrow. Sorrow deep enough to drown in. Yep, I agree. I know. There's nothing more I can do here. Come, let us join the others. Her Grace invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to join her in the fragrant chamber. Your comrades have already arrived. Will the three of you be joining them? We will. I think Estinian may take a nap. Nod, nod. That's all we gotta say to each other. We're always on the same page. Full Chad energy between the two of us. Boop, thank you for the sub. And awesome, thank you as well.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word. Now,
Thank you, Willow.
we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
Thank you again, Willow. I'm glad you're still enjoying the stream.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fan Daniel would doubtless have it.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within. Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
Control towers. Wild.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns.
That's exactly why I cancelled my cell phone the other month.
Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities. For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
I could also kill them.
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now. After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause. It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do.
Og. We're getting stronger. More allies means a larger coalition of the willing with which we can enact regime change.
Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Paglfan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
Stop consulting with the Syndicate? I wish, but she has to. Right then. Unless anyone has any objections, I think it's about time we return to the Rising Stones. Nod. That includes you, Alphino. Arnveld is in good hands here. Of course, he would doubtless mock me for pacing about the infirmary. Let us retire then, that we might regain our strength and readiness for the coming challenges. If all are in agreement then, I shall let Kryl know to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal shouldn't be beyond arranging with the time available. Moshi Moshi! It'll be good to be home. I have some thinking to do. Yes, I'll try asking him, and thank you. I shall look forward to it. Our comrades eagerly await our return, and Kryl in particular has a few matters she is keen to discuss, one of which concerns you, Justinian. Believe it or not. You will join us, won't you? Fine. Really? I thought you said you were avoiding that Baldesian woman. If I refused, she would only pursue me. Let's get this over with, shall we? All right. We shall return to the Rising Stones. Short story. I will indeed be doing all of the short stories. I will read them to and with you, chat. But mostly I'll be doing that after the MSQ.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time.
Nod,
Thanks to Arnvold's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The
Neutrals?
Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that.
Again.
I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing. A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
Oh. It's been a really long time. Do we count the Crystarium? I don't think we do.
When you regained her blessing, was it not? But never since. Not in all your time in the First, when you faced the Unsundered, the very heart of Zodiark.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light. To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in his judgment.
Yeah, Robin owns.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Krile, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I am able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether.
I wonder if that unbelievably tiny nose whistles when she breathes. These are the kinds of things Robin is thinking when they're talking about important issues. Guys, I was RPing it. That was Robin. I was...
Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular.
All right.
Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now, of all times. Estinian, We stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number.
Warrior of Light strikes me as a person with elevator music. See, I think that the Warrior of Light, especially Robin, spends most of the time in these meetings daydreaming of what his fights with previous foes were like, constantly revising them to be more cool and then forgetting which version is real. Man, and then he had wheels and rolled across the platform. That'd be so cool.
And so I must ask you again. Will you join us?
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault.
But Alfie loves you.
You would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo, you inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less.
Amen. Freedom.
And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly, as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
That is exactly, he says it so much more beautifully than I do. That is exactly what I meant to say when Preach begged me to play BioShock. That is my sentiments exactly.
Thank you, Estinian. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
Graha's so excited.
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be. In this little corner of the world, at least.
-1.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Sharlayan, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Nod. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Oh, he's looking for a weapon to fight us with. Gods, bro.
Well,
Does this one meet with your approval?
This guy is so thirsty. It's unreal.
Apparently not. Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance.
Thank you, ZX ASDE.
Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use. Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
It has to be perfect. It must be perfect.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting. Though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
See, what's he choosing? Blue balled again. I can tell you for one thing. I can tell you one thing for absolutely sure. Xenos, not being a pitiable, passive, self-loathing beta schmuck, did not pick a healer weapon. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have a busy few moons, not that they ever seem to be anything but. Thancred's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm, which is not to say I don't trust the Alliance, because I do. But when it comes to putting down primals, nobody does it better than us. Well, than you lot, more accurately. You won't catch me trading blows with a primal in the near future. But for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to wash, stores to replenish, and the list goes on. Which is where I come in. And gladly, mind you. It's the least I can do to support the Scions who risk life and limb, like poor Ehrenveld. I wish there was something we could do for him, but we'll just have to settle for saying the odd prayer and keeping a roof over our heads. It wouldn't do to have him come back to a complete shambles, now would it? Oh, please, no more shambling. Trailer Andes, you can't blame anyone for hoping for trailer when I literally clickbaited it with my title. Of course, there's no shot that I'll end the stream right before playing it. But that's enough of my rambling. Off you go and get some rest. If there are any developments, I promise you'll be the first to know. We are doing keys tomorrow, yeah. Tomorrow's schedule is really tomorrow is our 1 day a week of raiding, yeah? So we have 1,500 keys, 1,800 raid. So from 1,200 to 1,500, we will have 3 hours of MSQ. 3 hours of MSQ, and then 2 hours of keys, and then 5 hours of raid, and then it'll be MSQ time again. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Ah, Robin, you're looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came hoping for tidings from Kryla, I'm afraid we're still waiting, but we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance has the situation well in hand thanks in no small part to Hori, Boulder, and the others. Recommend the YouTube video? Oh, you're absolutely right, Iowa. That's a good point. I do need the YouTube version of the trailer. Meanwhile, talks with the Beast Tribes are going even better than expected. Could I trouble Vi or Leith or one of the other mods to link me the best YouTube trailer? The correct official one? That way I don't have the sound mixing issues that I do with the game. For tomorrow, of course. Encouraged by Ulda's progress with the Amalja, Gridania has opened negotiations with the Ixal, believe it or not. All of which is obviously very encouraging, but with the Tlofroi still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Linked, thank you, Vi, thank you. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. We are just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Tlofroi in concert with our new allies. The Beast Tribes have also been invited. You gotta stop calling them Beast Tribes and start calling them tribes. Or allies? Or, I don't know, pastoral friends. It's hoped they will join us in the fight against our common foe. So the Alliance would bring all of the Beast Tribes into the fold at a single stroke. An ambitious plan given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhap an expedient one, considering the threat we face. Indeed, milady. And for their part, I'm told the tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions too are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. That's awesome. Continent united from sea to shining sea. Manifest destinied all over that bitch. To arrange such a meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically, but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay. Then I will bear your answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. NATO? No, this sounds more like, I don't know, like a bunch of different city-states brought together into like kind of a union almost, like the United City-States of Eorzea, perhaps. Now that we've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I move that you and Y'shtola lead our contingent. Given how long you have worked to end summoning, it is only right that you be present for what promises to be a historic moment. I think we've all played our part in that little endeavor, don't you, Robin? Nod. all present may rightly claim a seat, I do quite agree. But by your leave, I will stay here and help coordinate our defense's efforts. I'm not coming either. Imric will be there, and I'd rather not be interrogated. Sad that this is a fantasy game. I mean, obviously, right? Because this is proposing that a disparate group of different cultures and races and peoples who look incredibly different and act incredibly different and worship differently could somehow come together and create a united nation. And of course, we all know that that is not possible in the world. Very well then. While those with a mind to hold the fort get on with holding it, I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo. Shall we? To Alamigo! Alright, speak with the Resistance Guard in the Alamigan Quarter. Oh god. This way? No matter how high I jump, I just never take off. We've been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in? Wouldn't it be funny if you stopped MSQ to get ether currents? Stopped MSQ? That sounds like stalling. Hats on. Hey, the Sylphs are here, the Sahagin, everyone.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Do we have
Information
any...
on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would!
There's a million humans and just one each of them, and they don't get to sit anywhere? There's no room for them at the table? This is a diplomatic disaster. Whoa, thank you, Classical Lemon, I appreciate it.
Ah! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay. Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
Holy shit, let's go. Just get a big-ass gun, brother.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'shtola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome.
I'm looking. Masters of strategy? No. Oh, okay. There she is. Alright. I was trying to find that master of strategy, but we found her.
I beg your pardon?
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus.
Graha had two plans. They both required him to die, and he failed both times. That is not a master of strategy.
A little tricky without gills, perhaps. Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
All right, let's
kobolds
go.
have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future as allies united in purpose.
Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother! Free them from his grasp, we shall!
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise me!
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
Aww. F's for Minfilia.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
I really enjoy how they've made it so the tribes have very different attitudes toward their allies depending on their history and recent experiences. It's a nice touch.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
It's talking to me or to Alfie? Me. Nice. It won't be the Crystal Braves, that's for sure. That was a terrible name. I get one option? I stayed in character when I talked to Graha. I stay in character when the onus is on me.
Might I suggest the Grand Company of Eorzea? I remember a certain someone pondering it once upon a time, and it seems as fitting a name as any.
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Oh my god, the patriotism in the room is palpable.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
She said the word, the United Company of Eorzea.
United in our gratitude
said
for
it
the
too.
realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, Oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
Alright, my friends. Now that we've instituted this great nation, all we need to do is write up the Constitution. And we all know what the First Amendment ought to be. The right of the people to keep and bear arms, being necessary to the security of a free state, no government, now or in the future, shall ever restrict the right to carry cannons and shoot whatever the hell we want. Now that we're out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, and that I was as heartened as anyone to see the peoples of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was a conflict to come. of the sacrifices that would be made and the lives lost. Inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. If you're writing a constitution from scratch like we built in, that was the whole constitution. As long as everyone's got their guns, ain't no need for any of the other fuss. But now at least there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step. The first of many. Many and more. Elder Seeds here. How might we be of service? I seek Master Alphino's assistance in a matter involving Gridania's neighbors, the Sylphs. I know that you and yours have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade, the better to predict the coming of primals, and so you'll be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ash Crown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Just so, it is our hope that we may make use of the Sylph-established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and a grand company. If the Sylphs are to perform their task effectively, they'll be required the counsel of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force. An armed force founded with the self-same goal in mind, no less. Nod. The Khoristaru Braves. Yes. Forgive me, Master Alphino. I know that it was a painful chapter in your lives, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But all my plans came to naught. Built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals and oligarchs' money, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests and corruption. I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer the same fate. Mayhap I ask too much of you. Not at all. You may count upon my assistance, for what little it's worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from the failures of the Khoristaru Braves. You have my gratitude, Master Alphino, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of Telophoroi and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. Before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out? Sounds kind of like chores to me. Thank you. As someone who witnessed the Order's rise and fall, yours would be a reassuring presence. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it'll be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. Mayhap Graha can lend a hand as well. I will accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's events. We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. So what's the plan, brother mine? Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I proposed is largely written. He volunteered to write a report that he had already done? He's just reusing an essay that he already turned in before? Not long after that fateful day in Hulda, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. This I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone, its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to me to be the crucial question. Namely, why, after the Crystal Braves disbanded, did some members choose to remain with us while others did not? I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new Grand Company together, and that this knowledge might help us to prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested. That is my hope, yes. But the questions I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As a former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandon the cause would welcome my inquiries. Then Graha and I will just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith. A fine suggestion, but have care. Certain of my former comrades are of questionable character, so keep your wits about you and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. Do you think that maybe their questionable character is at least part of the reason why they betrayed us? That, plus, of course, Tleji's money? If you have no objections, I have in mind to begin by speaking with Riel and Alian. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Castle Ryan's. Let's seek them out there. Well, look who it is. And what brings the two of you here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a manner of speaking, I have been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. So you want to know why we decided to stick with the Scions? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that. Nod. As Riel will attest, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hoped to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited to the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away, but when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but try to repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for my own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions have something in common with my old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed, and I still strive to live by it to this day. But as time's gone on, I've learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes. From Hoary Boulder to Mistress Tataru, we've all of us got something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain. Because we believe there's more important things than that. Things worth protecting. Which is what being a Scion's all about. I am at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me, Robin. Could you... Real base. Real is insane. He was the one that was investigating what was going wrong. He gave us a little bit of a foreshadowing of what was going to happen because he knew there was corruption afoot. Well, its found and ideals were something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there was another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a disparate band, and while I will never forgive Ilberd, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it for all the wrong reasons, yeah? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel full of them. Not like the Scions. We might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down, we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because Totaro sifted out all the glory hunters before they made it through the door. I see. So while our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. Yeah, Real just said it was all because of Tataru. Holy moly. Hey, Ariella. Good evening. Whoa, ghost cactus. Rather less ghosty than usual. Well, I think we've taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridania and hear what the others learned. That self-awareness. Here comes the bad news. This answers questions about Elion. We heard about it before, although this was a little bit more detail, yeah. Back to Gridania to talk to Alice. Immediately after the Bloody Banquet, I was still unsure as to who were treasonous and who were loyal, including Elion. But we learned shortly thereafter. Thanks to Totaro's ever-dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without any great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture, and I must warn you, Alphino, some of their comments were harsh. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Thank you. I will set about adding your findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go on ahead to Little Solace and seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon. To Little Solace. I suspected the Count would betray us. I'm still a little bit suspicious of Amandalane. Ah, welcome, brave ones and friends of Brave One. How good it is to see walking ones again so soon after the meeting. Artoirel, I know. Artoirel is sussy. No, be at ease. It is true that these ones once delighted in making walking ones dance, but no more. Horned one Kani Senav said that walking ones would be coming to Little Solace. Imperials also invaded us and abducted many of us, so we'll be glad to hear messages from our allies. That's heartening to hear, Elder. It'll require all of us to work in unison to stop the Telophoroi. We will try very hard, but we are not good at war. Any advice? Oh, another pretty silver-haired one, and in quite a hurry it seems. Alice, you must come quickly. Whatever's the matter, Alphino? Don't tell me you couldn't read my handwriting. What? No! A Twin Adder officer accosted me as I was about to set out. Charlian has sent an envoy who's due to arrive in Gridania at any moment. Envoy? Could it be that Kryl has managed to sway the Forum? We shall soon know enough. We shall know soon enough, but there's more. The envoy has requested that the two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seedseer. Really? I can see why they might want the Scions to be present, but us specifically? Wait, it isn't who I think it is. Nod. It is! I could scarcely believe it myself, but when I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told that it was one... Yeah, I'm not saying that. Mr. Levelier. Your father? Well now, the fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be surprise enough, but him? Quite. I glean from this that they are taking the matter seriously. That may be, but why him and not one of the other 98 Forum members? Unless he volunteered for it. It's been some time since you last saw your father, hasn't it? Could it be that he's concerned for your well-being? Perhaps, but he's always been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Nod. Indeed, and whenever we write to our parents, it is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet with him after so long, even if it is secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Frixio, loath though I am to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. Pray accept my apologies along with my report. As a French person, I don't see the problem. That name is thoroughly un-American. I'm gonna call him Frank. Never mind. There'll be time to talk later. This one won't keep Watkins ones from urgent matters. Go. The audience will be held at the Lotus Stand where the Elder Seedseer awaits even now. Let's be on our way. Alright. Let's go talk to the Silent Conjurer at Nafika's altar. Ford will be more suitable. He's Frank. Frank Levelier. It's a beautiful name. Really resonates. Welcome, Warrior of Light, says the Silent Conjurer. The Elder Seedseer and your friends are waiting within. My friends, I thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Frank's visit took us quite by surprise. When the Alliance granted Mrs. Kryl permission to request Charlion's aid, we did not anticipate so prompt a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. What the nature of that reply may be, we shall soon discover. It's Daddy.
Elder Seedseer, I thank you for granting me this audience.
My head, Frank was Southern.
I am Fortuno Leveilleur, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
It is I who should thank you, Master Fortuno, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisois, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
Name dropping. I see that Alfie got it from you.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the Primals. Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene. And my position remains unchanged.
Oh. Frank.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Sharlayan stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life, who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
Huh. You know, a phone call would have worked.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald, one in which Sharlayan will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
Oh.
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider.
He just straight up fake newsed us.
You may feel safe on your little island across the waves, but if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline.
Children are to be seen and not heard.
But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure? For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war. Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice?
Freedom. Also, living.
It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
Also, regime change. Also, extended national influence. Additionally, commercial interests. Resource acquisition. Oil. Oh, I am going to hit him with his own daddy's words. Let's fucking go.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike him, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions,
he's just like,
you
whatever.
subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alizé, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
Oh, thank God I don't have to say that thing anymore. I suggest, Davis. Alphino and Alizé Davis. That is a good name.
What? Father? How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
Wow. Frank? Fuck Frank. You're a really bad father. Whoa. Microsoft Defender antivirus.
Master Fourcheneau, while Sharlayan may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Sharlayan's hopes for the morrow?
Why are you asking the evil, bad father man to stay? He's got nothing worthwhile to say. He's a loveless, heartless bastard.
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
I came to your multinational, international alliances meeting for two reasons and two reasons only. To say no to you and to say get fucked to my children. Having concluded my official business, I shall be on my way.
Father! Wait!
Don't bother, Alizé!
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
You want I should stab? I'll stab him, Alizé. Not a spear, it's a spear mace. A new invention. I love it. Imagine getting poked with that. So that's what he came here to say. That we're all fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telophoroi. And as for the rest... Like it or not, this was the Forum's decision. To watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Father was but the messenger, and as he handed down their judgment, I could think of nothing to say that could possibly sway him. I still can't. To have prolonged the discussion would have changed little, for it's not only Master Frank who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. Their decision was made before your father crossed the sea. Nor is it like to be changed, and so we shall face the Telophoroi without their aid. Forgive me, but if they had no intention of helping us, then why would they go to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why didn't they just send an email? Or a text? Moshi Moshi! Robin, has fuckface Frank arrived yet? Yep, and he also fucked off. Then it's as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many Forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject without exception. It was almost unnerving. Could it be that they're hiding something from us? That might go some way to explain Frank's performance. When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride. But what if they genuinely believe that they know how the world will end and simply disagree with us about the circumstances? That I don't know, but something tells me they are not as unconcerned about the Telophoroi as they claim. If the threat weren't real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with my other mission, researching Heidelin and the Ethereal Sea. I tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem, but don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we can still find a way forward. To that end, I would like you all to join me here, when the time is right, of course. Really? I'm aware that matters in Eorzea stand on a knife edge, but with your permission I can at least start making the necessary arrangements. We're going to Sharlayan? I love traveling. And so you shall, albeit under less than happy circumstances. It may take a while to secure entry for you all, but I'll let you know when everything is in order. Look after yourselves in the meantime, won't you? Your speculations give me cause to hope. Yet if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible the Sharlayans hide some secret truth from us, there can be no certainty that its exposure will prompt in them a change of heart. And so, for the present, we must needs confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Telophoroi. Even with all of Eorzea standing united, there is no guarantee that we will prevail. What does Sharlayan intend to do if we fail? Didn't yet play Endwalker? I did, but I ignored it all, and I have no idea what happened. At one point, I was on the moon, and I couldn't figure out how to get to somebody. That's my only memory. The rest was watching Netflix. A lemon muffin, golden pineapple juice, chicken fettuccine, and Zephyr. Wow, these all sound delicious. I actually can't choose. Feel like I want the whipped apple puree. Sounds pretty good. I'm gonna choose that one. Okay, Kanye. That was tank food. You don't think I'm going to let these stats on the food affect the decisions I make for Robin? I think Robin would enjoy the apple flavor. While Charlian's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There is much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the Forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask the Scions, grave tidings, walking ones. Grave tidings. Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What has occurred? These ones, who went to see feathered ones, send terrible news. Destroying ones have appeared in Zelphatal. Destroying ones and captured ones, and even frightful godly ones. Feathered ones didn't stand a chance, and were sent flapping and squawking. When did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Too late. Yes, much too late. But luckily, destroying ones were only passing through and continued on west. Feathered ones who did not fight were left unharmed. West. That would be Korthus. Moshi Moshi! Milady, the Ishgardians report that the Tolophoroi have emerged from the eastern highlands of Korthus and are marching at speed. Their purpose has yet to be determined. The Cardinal Flats would seem their most likely destination. Lord Imeric has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support. Tell him he shall have it. The time has come for the Grand Company of Eorzea to prove its worth. Yeah, we're on our way. Alright, bye-bye. Mayhap it is a mercy that we do not have time to stew upon our misfortunes. Come, my friends, let us make haste to Carteneau. Wait, this one almost forgot. Destroying ones were said to be led by Cackling Robed One. This one must see that all walking ones know. Bye-bye. And Daniel? Who else? It was only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed himself again. I shall have an airship ready to bear you to Carteneau. Pray see to your preparations and report to the landing with all haste. Nod. At once, my lady. Let us away. Nod, nod, nod. Sequential nodding. Alright. Head to the Carlin Canopy. Yeah, whatever. Robin, it would seem Fortula here has come all the way to Gridania to find us. I have explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent. Aye, and it'll be over sooner if you shut up and come with me. Yo, she's angry. Ehrenfeld. He's all better-ish.
Ehrenfeld! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Well, that's pretty sad, but injuries do happen in wars.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Alfie. What? What the fuck, bro? Oh no.
Afraid so. The chirurgeons say I may never walk again. Come on, Alfino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite.
Is that why they call it Endwalker? I thought the reason they called it Endwalker is because I would finally be able to fly. The end of my walking.
All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
I am no hero.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero. Even the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to decide. Look, Alfino. You already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you, just as you believe in them.
I stab stuff. That's what I do.
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through. That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owley once entrusted their dreams to me.
Oh man. He had such a sad story.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
We need a Stinian here. Cease your mewling, boy.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, all right?
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
Poor guy.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero. Do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains?
Such a shitty wheelchair? What do you mean? The United Company of Eorzea provides the very best possible medical care for its veterans. The best possible medical care, sparing no expense whatsoever on the products of the lowest possible bidder.
Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
Would you want to?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. But I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
He's a good lad. I'm glad he's alive. You can tell me later what that was all about, but judging by the set of Alphina's jaw, it appears to have done him some good. Bancred and the others have already left the Rising Stones, and according to the communications officer, Amalja and Cobalt Voices are also bound for Cartano as we speak. They mean to keep the promise they made in Alamigo, and we must do the same by saving as many of their tempered kin as possible. Anyway, the airship is ready to depart. We should get going. Upon joining the Battle at Cartano, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to participate in the battle and view these scenes in their entirety. But, since I've been streaming for 13.5 hours, I'm not sure I have sufficient time tonight. Maybe I ought to wait until tomorrow. Alright. Let's go! This 10. I had to restart the stream in the middle. It hasn't been 10, it's been 13.5. If I get fired tomorrow, don't get fired.
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Sharlayan, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophoroi's grand design. And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers, compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Rude, because I am the warrior of light.
We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. A less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alphino?
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded me, I have come this far, and that must count for something.
Gods be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times.
Yep.
There is such a thing as overthinking, you know.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the tempered,
waves
but they'll
in the
have to be
breeze.
incapacitated first.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
Let's go grant him not. Verily, never heretofore hath a more inspiring speech been given. Go forth now, and let him not. Listen, friends, the Telophoroi are sweeping across Cartano. As for the Ascian, he was briefly sighted above the battlefield, but has since vanished. He likely intends to watch events unfold from afar. Thus far, the movements of the lunar primals have proven difficult to predict, even when poised to ambush our troops, they instead withdraw for some unknown reason. Whatever the Telophoroi's plan may be, the primals are our primary targets. Understood. They will not elude the Scions for long. Are we fighting?
Prepare yourself!
Let's give it our all!
Go fast.
Yeah, I can't really AoE, but it is what it is. Come with us. Who am I coming with? You? Something's not right. As the Scions spread across the field of battle, Alisai and Graha take the fight to the Telophoroi. Oh, I'm Alisai now. Alright. Combo! Another combo. Huh. Damage. 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 Heal. Oh, I have to cast? How about this one? Let's use this instead. Whoa, I went flying. the mage. You can't trick me. I play with the red mage on my team. He never casts. He's always Zoroing.
Allow me.
Yeah, it's Kobo. Kobo fucking owns that it too, by the way. Back in the old days when, according to some dreams I've had, we were able to measure how much damage people did. And in my dreams, he did Omega big damn. Why am I flipping around? Trying to melee him.
Just the beginning.
Right behind you.
Oh god. I guess I break my combo. I don't know when it was gonna flip me around. I'm afraid I'm gonna hit you, Graha. That's unfortunate. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh. Can I grip him, or... Ooh. There's a cooldown on my heal. What the fuck? Cure the tempered. Okay. With me, Alice.